how you doing today? It's good to see you. Hope everything's fine. Glad to be back. I know that everybody's winding down on the school that they were supposed to be in, and we're about ready to start summer, even though it kind of seems strange at this point. Saturday, it rained, and it rained, and it rained. And so I found a story that talks about the rain, and I love the name of this book. Hey God, can you stop the rain so I can get off Noah's stinky, smelly ark? The raven tells his side of the story. Hey, remember that story about the ship that floated around with all those animals on board during that flood? Guess what? I was a passenger on that cruise. And I know everyone loves to talk about that story like it was some cool floating petting zoo. But it wasn't. It stunk. Literally, it stunk. Let me tell you my side of the story. My wife, Rita, won this cruise that started in the backyard of some guy named Noah. None of us knew anything about him or whether he even had his captain's license. But hey, the trip was free, and birds like a good deal. That's why we say cheap, cheap. We saw everyone we knew on board. Ralph and Rachel Rhino, Pete and Pat Parrot, Jean and Greta Gazelle, Bert and Bonnie Bison, and of course, Daryl and Diana Dove. Rita says I'm jealous of them. Ha! It's just that they are so happy and lovey-dovey all the time. Makes you want to cough up a worm. So for 40 days, it rained and rained and rained. For 40 days, we had to wait and wait and wait. And you know what was the worst part? The smell. Have you ever hung around an elephant? Make that 2 for a month. Everyone was miserable. But the doves kept on singing. I prayed, hey God, can you stop the rain so I can get off Noah's stinky, smelly ark? God answered, you're better off in the ark, Raven. Better off? At least at home I didn't have to watch for you-know-what every time I took a step. But God didn't seem to smell what I was smelling. I'm miserable. Why is it raining so much? The people were being mean to one another, so I wanted to start the world over. I don't like it when people are mean to one another. Oh no, I feared I'm going to be stuck here for a long time. Then, after 40 long days, it stopped raining. Finally, but just when I thought it was over, we had to wait even longer. It was over 100 more stinky and smelly days until we struck land. However, it was just a little itty-bitty mountain top. Not enough room for a duck to stand on. Everyone was sad, but those doves, they kept singing. After a few more months, I was going cuckoo. I had to get off this ship. So I flew into Noah's cabin to tell him how I felt. I have an idea, Raven, Noah said, stroking that beard. I'm going to send you out on a special mission to see if there's any land. Can you do it? Finally, something to do. I'm out of here. So I spread my wings and away I flew, free from the ark and into some fresh air. I flapped and flapped and flapped, rising higher and higher into the sky. It felt great for about 15 minutes. Suddenly, I realized I was getting tired. After months of moping around, I was out of shape. I fell from the sky and crashed on the deck of Noah's ship. Every feather ached on my body, and then I passed out. It took a day to recover, but I was ready for another trip. I'd do anything to get off this ark again. But Noah thought I was still hurting from yesterday's crash landing and asked Daryl and Diana Dove to be the official land spotters for the ark. Those happy, chirping, perfect birds took my job away from me. Everyone was excited, but I was shocked. Hours later, Daryl and Diana landed on the deck, looking fit, happy, and not a bit tired. We didn't see any land, but the water is slowly going away. We should be able to leave any day now, they said. Everyone cheered, but I was sad. I was out of a job and stuck on this stinky ship for who knows how long. 7 days later, Noah sent Daryl and Diana on another trip. Later that night, they returned. Daryl was carrying an olive leaf. "Land! There's land!" Diana cried. Everyone cheered, but I was mad. I wanted to be that one that found the land. Those perfect doves stole my perfect job. So I worked out, doing push-ups and sit-ups, getting ready for the next mission. I wanted my job back. 1 week later, with my bird-sized biceps bulging, I marched to Noah to get my orders, but it was too late. Daryl and Diana were taking off for another flight. But they never came back. Maybe they crashed. Maybe they fell into the water. Not only did I feel sad, but I felt bad for being mad at them. They risked their lives so I wouldn't crash again. Then I remembered what God said. He destroyed the entire earth because people were being mean to each other. And here I was with a stinky attitude toward the doves. And now I could never say I was sorry to them. 1 month later, Noah opened up the ship, lowered the bridge. "Go," God said, "and have a nice family." Rita and I built a nest in a tree by the river. That's when I thought I saw a bird with an olive branch in his mouth. Could it be? Yes, it was Daryl. I threw my wings around him and gave him a big bird hug. "I'm sorry I was mean to you," I told Daryl and Diana. "When?" Daryl asked. "I didn't even notice." "I was jealous that Noah chose you, but I was really too weak to make the trip. I should have thanked you for risking your life to help us find land." We ravens and doves became best friends after that day, and we stayed friends through rain or shine. You know, we often hear the story of how God's promises is in that, but the way this story was told, we got to remember God has a plan for each one of us. That plan could be slightly different. That plan might be one thing for one person and a different plan for another person. But what I also get from this story is not only do we know that God has a plan for us, that wherever that plan takes us, we can rest in the promise that He will always be there with us, guiding us, directing us, watching out for us. And at the same time, along the way, we're going to meet other people who love Jesus like we do. People who will be our friends and help us in times of need, times when we're sad. So we can really thank God that we know Him because He has a plan for us. He's got promises that He will always be there for us. And He has other people to walk beside us on our journey. Have a great day and see you next week.